last June, we took a notice in Mrs. Hill's income tax here for the beauty college that she had a large deduction for paper. And that's pretty uncommon in this business, apparently. We tried to get her to explain that. She didn't seem to really have a good explanation one that satisfied our agent. We kind of, watched after to see what it could possibly be. We realized right away that when she was talking about paper, she wasn't talking about newspapers. She didn't subscribe to that many newspapers. She didn't have a computer that we could find. A computer uses a lot of paper. Copier, we didn't see a lot of copies being made. We're pretty sure she wasn't counterfeiting money. That takes some paper too. We didn't see that much wallpaper. The amount of money she deducted was wallpaper to inside and outside of the windows. So we knew that wasn't it. She wasn't mailing that many letters. We didn't find a lot of paper towels in her trash. She was claiming she spent $4,261.64. The only thing that we could find that would be left would be toilet paper. Now I don't know how many rolls that'd buy, but that'd buy a lot of toilet paper. So we really, couldn't believe that there's that much toilet paper being used here at this college. And the first thought was that sometimes people will buy an item. Usually it's not toilet paper. It's more expensive than that. They'll retail it out. They'll carry it out and charge it to the school and carry it out and sell it to their friends for cash. We couldn't catch her doing that. So there's just one thing that we had to find out if she was using that much paper. So we considered several ways. That's pretty hard to do, to find out if that much paper is really being used. The first thing we thought of was that maybe we could get someone to mark this paper with something to be invisible to everybody, and except we had a method where we used kind of a 3D glasses and you could see the number on it. Well, that'd be pretty involved because if one of you went into the potty, we'd have to get somebody in there then later to put the 3Ds on and see how many sheets were missing off of this roll and keep track of who did that and so forth. So you'd probably notice that we had somebody hanging around here all the time, and every time you went to the potty, you went in there after. The other thing that we thought about was getting some what do you call this stuff? Ultraviolet powder. You could saturate that roll with that. Then what we need to do is just swoop down here one day with our black light, check everybody, and that really wouldn't prove too much to us. We might find the heavy users, but otherwise we couldn't really tell how much was being used for each one. So this was really getting tough because it looked like Mrs. Hill might be in a lot of trouble here with this claim, and she couldn't substantiate it. We were trying to help her to decide if it was really being used. So on the 5th of March, my boss called a conference and asked for ideas. So I proposed that I would volunteer my services to stay out here in the manholes rather in this corner of the street for 3 days. I'd come before you came to school and watch to see what went through there. Well, of course, you might wonder how I would know what came from the school and what came from the shop next door and on up the street. Well, you probably didn't notice the paper became a little different shade in there, so it was easy to watch for that paper, and I'd get it out of there and work it back out and count the sheets. So what we determined from that was that this school used an average of 10 sheets per wipe. Now that's the national average is 6. So here you're 66% over the national average. Well, that explained, some of the usage. Now, one thing you might not believe, I found one day there, I found someone had used 21 sheets. Now, 21 sheets is a long ways, you know. That's extravagant. I don't know. Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's 21 sheets. I just really thought, you know, that anyway, I could pick out who the heavy user was, but I'm not sure now. But anyway, this was quite common, and you know, that uses up a lot of paper. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to give you a new method of using toilet paper. I'd like for you to do is each of you take one of these sheets. Just take one. So pass that around and take one. We will get Mrs. Hill in trouble here. This is, you know, this is serious business. Now we're going to have to, for the next 29 weeks, the school is going to be required to use this method. Now I know some of you won't be here 29 weeks probably, but what you'll have to do, you that are going to graduate, you'll have to fill out our form that's L6011 on your income tax to verify that you continue to use what I'm going to show you here today for 29 weeks. Then she can go back, and if she can get back on the 6 sheets average, well, we can relieve all that. Has everybody got a sheet? Okay. Just fold it. Fold it in half. You're used to learning, aren't you? All of you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's fold it in half again. Okay, now the corner up here where all the folds are, this one. That and tear off the corner like so. Now, depending on the restroom, if it's fairly clean, you know, you can find a place maybe to lay that. If the restroom's pretty dirty, I either just put it in the mouth like that and hold it. But this is pretty clean here. I'll lay that down while I'm talking. But you be sure you keep that. That's important. It's really important. Now, you should have this. You unfold it. Everybody got that? Okay, now you put your finger through this, like so. Use that to do your wiping. And this is already in place. You just take this. Then you can flush that. That's going to, you know, help us a lot to get back on this 6 sheets average. The piece I told you to say, that's for, is to clean the finger. Any questions?
Yeah, why couldn't you just get a bunch of corn cobs and do that?
Have you bought any corn cobs? We can't have reproduction, you know, corn cobs like that, because that costs, they use corn cobs pipes at Washington. They're pretty well bought up.
Another thing, if you go with your method, then she's going to have all this soap that you're going to have to buy to get extra soap for your paper nails. All this extra motion.
And just how many do you suppose that you use each time?